Hi everyone, welcome back for another exciting installment in Lost in Jerusalem, and today I will be reading chapter 1, which is called Old Friends, and this chapter is written from Hannah's perspective. And the Bible verse to start us off. Every year, Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem for the feast of the Passover. Luke 2, verse 41. Let's continue. The hard ground beneath Hannah told her she was no longer in her bed at home. Oh no! She stubbornly kept her eyes closed, ignoring the accented voices and the earthy smells. Joshua would wake her. Until then, she was staying right where she was. What pickle have I got myself into this time, she wondered. I just wanted to see Mary and Joseph again. People moved about somewhere close by. A little farther away, a donkey brayed, or perhaps it was more than one. Hannah shifted irritably. The hip she was lying on ached, so she rolled onto her other side. Is Josh still sleeping? She let her eyes crack open. She was lying on a thin brown woven mat in a small dark room. She scanned the room, first one side, then the other. No one. Where's Josh? A sick feeling swirled in the pit of her stomach as she scanned the room again, searching for any trace of her brother. He wouldn't have left her alone, would he? In the room's corner, several travel packs leaned against the wall next to the door. In the next room, plates chinked and people spoke. There was a burst of laughter. Hannah hugged herself and scurried back. Once her heartbeat slowed, she crawled towards the door, taking care to stay close to the wall and out of sight, like they had done in Herod's palace. I need to be brave. Before she had gathered the courage to peek outside the door, someone stepped into the room. Hannah sucked in her tummy and closed her eyes. Maybe if she couldn't see the person, they wouldn't see her either. What? Hannah squinched her eyes closed tighter than before. A hand rested on her shoulder and she jumped. Are you all right, little one? That voice. Hannah's eyes flew open. Mary stood before her. There were lines on her forehead now and around her mouth. As their eyes met, Mary's expression transformed from concern to radiant joy. Hannah? But no, you can't be. The joy faded and Mary's eyebrows crinkled in confusion. Do you have a sister called Hannah? Hannah flung her arms around Mary's waist, relief overwhelming her. Mary, it's me! I am Hannah! It took a moment for Mary to return the embrace. You've hardly aged at all. How is that possible? It would take too long to explain. Hannah snuggled into Mary's slender body. I've missed you. Mary laughed and rubbed her hand in a soothing circle around Hannah's back. I've missed you too, little one. But where is your brother? I don't know where he is, Hannah said. He must have woken up before I did. Maybe he didn't see me. Well, it does not matter. I imagine he's with Jesus and the other boys. Maybe, Hannah said doubtfully. How old is Jesus now? Mary's brow creased. It has been 12 years since his birth. Wow, he's bigger than Josh now. That was fast. Mary opened her mouth, then closed it again. She gently pushed Hannah back. Your clothes are always so strange. Not where I come from, they're not. Mary's hand went to Hannah's hair next, lifting a strand. She stared as if she didn't quite believe what she was seeing. Is your hair pink? Hannah squirmed. Mummy dyed it for me, she whispered. Her eyes fell on Mary's dark hair. Hannah didn't remember a single person with light hair the last time she had come. Bubbles filled her stomach. She didn't want to look different. What if someone's mean to me? Do you have any clothes I could borrow? Mary squeezed her shoulders. Of course. She grabbed the pack next to the door and opened the tie at the top. Mary pulled out several robes, measuring them against Hannah. Though Hannah tried to stand up straight and tall, they were all too long for her. That's all right, Mary said. Maybe if we bunch it over your waist. Hannah pulled the robe on. Her hair flew everywhere as it popped out the top. Mary fiddled with a rope around her waist, drawing the material in tight. She wrapped Hannah's hair in a headscarf, then leaned back to study the results, her hands on her hips. I suppose it will have to do. We need to be going. Going? Where are you going? Hannah looked around the room again. Where are we now? We're in Jerusalem, Mary said. We've travelled here from Nazareth for the Passover. Now we're heading home with the children and our other kin. Hannah's stomach clenched. She gripped Mary's hand. Can I come too? Please don't leave me here alone. Mary wrapped an arm around Hannah's shoulder and gave her a reassuring smile. Of course you can come with us, and Joshua too. Mary, what's taking so long? The deep voice made Hannah jump. She nuzzled into Mary's side. I got caught up talking to an old friend, Mary replied. Friend? From the corner of her eye, Hannah saw a burly man blocking the doorway. She tilted her head to get a better look. Hannah's back, Mary said. A huge grin cracked his face. There were streaks of grey in his beard now, just like Daddy's. Hannah? Hello, Joseph, she mumbled. He looked around the small room. Where's Joshua? Hannah shrugged as tears welled up again. She buried her head in Mary's side. The scrunchy material of her robe soaked up the moisture. I think he's gone with the boys. Mary gave Hannah's shoulder another squeeze. Joseph sighed. They're all running about outside, probably halfway to Nazareth by now. Maybe you should keep an eye on them. We wouldn't want anyone to get left behind, Mary said. Something about the comment tickled Hannah's memory, but the thought disappeared before she could figure out what it was. Very well. There was a small rustle when Joseph picked up one of the packs. The caravan is leaving soon. We won't be long, said Mary. Hannah sniffed several times, trying to get herself under control. She took one shuddering breath, then leaned back, meeting Mary's eyes. Is it time to go? Yes, little one. Mary's forehead crinkled with worry lines. It is safest to travel with the caravan. Hannah smiled. We wouldn't want to meet bandits along the way. Mary returned her smile. No, indeed. And that is the end of the first chapter. So I'll continue on with chapter 2, but I'm going to make it a separate video. So if you want to watch that, I would love to see you there.